Hello, this is my review of the Beasts of the Mesozoic Fan's Choice Pachyrhinosaurus lakustai. Now, this is one of my favorite figures that I've gotten so far. I have only, a few figures from the Beasts of the Mesozoic line so far, and so far this is one of my favorites. It's not the favorite, though. That goes to the Fan's Choice Styracosaurus, which is repainted to look like the old buck. But anyways, this is a repaint of a previous figure, the Pachyrhinosaurus lakustai, which I believe was in Wave 2 of the Ceratopsian series from Beasts of the Mesozoic. And this repaint is meant to be inspired by Scowler from the Walking with Dinosaurs 3D movie. Now, I'm not a particularly huge fan of the movie. I mean, the dinosaur designs are really good, but the voice acting and the writing is terrible. But I'm not here to review a movie, I'm here to review a figure. So the figure comes with an included card, as you can see here. It's got some beautiful artwork on the front with the artwork of the model. I like how it shows the Quetzalcoatlus in the sky, kind of a reference to the movie, since in the movie Quetzalcoatlus was in it. Anyways, so on the back you get the name of the animal, Pachyrhinosaurus lakustai, thick-nosed lizard. Camera quality is just awful here. I don't know why. It's not focusing well. Anyways, it shows some stats. Length around 6 meters, 20 feet long. Location, Wapiti Formation, Alberta, Canada. Time period, Late Cretaceous, 73.5 million years ago. Named by Curie and Langston G. Tank, 2008. The oldest of the three identified species of Pachyrhinosaurus, P. lakustai, is distinctive among its boss-nosed brethren for the long horn in the center of its frill. P. lakustai was discovered by Al Lakusta as part of a massive bone bed in Pipestone Creek, Alberta. So that's the card. Sorry, the camera quality is so bad. It doesn't do the artwork on the back justice. Anyways, now onto the figure. The painting and sculpting on this figure is absolutely amazing, as it always is with Beasts of the Mesozoic figures. But the painting is something that's especially good, because they didn't just paint it to look like Scowler, because if you remember the movie, if you've seen it, probably not, but if you've seen it, Scowler did not look this elaborate or ornate in the movie. He was just basically a solid color throughout most of his body, except for the frill, which has these amazing patterns. I love these patterns on the frill. They're so nice. They remind me, I don't know why, but they kind of remind me of some calligraphy drawings or something, like Rorschach blots of ink. And of course, there's some blue spattered around, dots on the neck right here, some blue fading in on the face here, some blue, some very subtle blue on the underbelly. And of course, there's some blue at the tip of the tail here. The back has some very striking red stripes. I love it. I just wish they went all the way down to with the tail instead of just stopping right before it. Now on to articulation. The jaw can open up this wide. And if you look very closely, you can see that the teeth are painted as well, which is some amazing detail. The head can move side to side and up and down really well. There's a kind of an ugly gap at the neck here, but yeah, that kind of gets in the way with posing it, because what if I wanted to look up? Well, you have this really big gap here. Not as bad if you make it like this, but it's still kind of noticeable. I just prefer to keep the head down. I mean, keeping the head down kind of suits Pachyrhinosaurus more, since, you know, the giant bone mass on its nose. Anyways, so the front legs, they move forward and back, and they move out and in. The elbows, they move that way and back. The wrists, they swivel. Well, same with the elbow. The wrists, they swivel and they move up and they move down. The waist is on a swivel. Very hard to pose since it is so big. The back legs, they move forward and back. The knees, they bend that much. And they extend that much. The ankles move forward that much. And they move back that much. The feet move forward and back. And like with the rest of the joints, they all swivel. And finally, the tail moves side to side and up and down. So, this figure is absolutely incredible. I think it's the largest figure in my collection so far. Though I do have some nitpicks. Now see, with the Styracosaurus, the Fans' Choice Styracosaurus, they made an exception where they didn't just sculpt or didn't just paint the body, they sculpted a new head that fitted the character of the old buck more, you know, with the inwards facing horns and the chipped nose horn. Well, this one didn't get that same treatment. I kind of wish it did, though. I mean, even small changes would have been nice. See, because in the movie, Scowler looked a bit different. I mean, he was still a Pachyrhinosaurus, same species as well. But in the movie, uh, well, yeah, he looked different from, the beasts of the Mesozoic model here. See, in the movie, Scowler's boss was a bit smoother. He had a much larger horn here that pointed forward a bit, and the little hornlets on the frill kind of flared out more, and these ones actually pointed more up and forward, kind of like a Diabloceratops's frill horns. Would have been kind of nice to see that. All they need to do is change around the horns, I'd say. If they changed this horn to be much larger, or at least point more forward, and if they changed these to be a bit larger and to point more forward, then I think that would have been a cool enough change. But, that's just a small nitpick, and it in no way makes this figure bad. In fact, I think some people would say that it makes the figure better because not everyone liked the designs of the Pachyrhinosauruses from that movie. Said they were too exaggerated or something like that. And also, who am I to complain, because Scowler did look very plain in the movie, and they took the liberty to make this paint job super nice, super detailed. So, of course they can take a few liberties. But anyways, I give this figure a 9 out of 10. Maybe a 9.8 out of 10. Those little nitpicks, I can't stop thinking about them, but that doesn't mean that this figure is bad by any means, and I highly recommend it if you have the money. This thing is super expensive. This thing's like $90 something, but to me, it is worth it. And if I ever get the Torosaurus, the Walking with Dinosaurs Torosaurus repaint, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the 1/18th scale one, I'll think those are worth it too. Anyways, that's my review of the Beasts of the Mesozoic Fans Choice Pachyrhinosaurus lakustai. Anyways, bye.